I did this little poem as a just a bit of fun one night, and it sort of took off. And it's been the poem that I've had requested most. And when Bob came and did a show here, I asked him to do it. And he said it was the strangest feeling he ever had was me doing his poem. But at any rate, it's called Granny's Washing Machine. You know, I'm a member of a big family of 12 in our family, and I can remember washing day at home was a terrible hard on my mother. And you know, the copper and the velvet soap, the scrubbing board and all those things, and very hard work. Anyway, when the power came out into the scrub, the first thing most people bought was a washing machine. And there were a few accidents happened. Now, this is Grandma's new washing machine. Old Granny was tough. In her time she lived rough, as the lines on her face did attest. She'd had a hard life, been a workmate and wife. On the farm she had given her best. 12 kids she had reared, she'd nurtured and cared, dealing daily with washing galore. With a copper she'd cope, bags of blue, velvet soap, and a scrubbing board helped with the chore. Gran's family thrived, hordes of grandkids arrived. Then the power came out to the scrub. Then to keep the clothes clean came this washing machine, a mechanical newfangled tub. Gran thought it top shelf, because it washed by itself, stirring backwards and around and about. But the thing she'd not swap was hung over the top, was the wringer to squeeze the suds out. This new marvel worked fine, loads of clothes choked the line. Grandad said it was fun now, not work, but few could foresee Granny's new destiny. In the wash-house, now danger did lurk. Now to set the scene right, I'll explain Granny's plight with respect, in no way in bad taste. But the kids she did rear left her boobs past repair, and she wore them both down by her waist. Now, it's not the intent to lampoon the event or have fun at Granny's expense, but the ringer this day sent her wash plans astray as it ate through her outer defence. As Gran fed the clothes through the new ringer's slow chew, her checked apron caught up in the wash. She pulled out and fried it, pulled her up tight towards the advancing slow squash, and just when she thought she was fatally caught, the tie round her waist had succumbed. She heaved a deep breath, saved from fate worse to death. But the worst was hard still to come. The next in the shirt was the front of her shirt, and a long string of beads followed too. She pulled back in vain as the shirt took the strain and the ringer went it on through. A full frontal attack, and old Gran arched her back as a singlet caught up in the chase, with her feet firmly braced. When the boobs round her waist were caught in that turning embrace. There was sweat on her brow. She unleashed such a yell that the glass in the window fell out. The high pitch of her curse somehow pictured reverse, and her chest and her clothes rolled back out. Well, I expect her boobs hurt because Gran lifted her shirt. They were chafed and beginning to bruise, and Gran in a flap hung them under the tap, rolled out like the tongues of her shoes. Grandpa ran at the rake, he was sure she said snake, but the sight we beheld made him gape, and we kids stood in awe, gawking in through the door, watching Gran push her boobs into shape. This young fellow told his father, Dad, he said they had a screen test here for a little part, and he said, Dad, he said, I won the screen test, he said, I got the part. Oh, he said, what are you doing, son? He said, I'm playing the part of a man who's been married for 25 years. Oh, well, he said, keep trying, son, you'll get a talking part next. This bloke went to see Tom Jones, and old Tom's pretty good, isn't he? The green grass of home, the old hometown seemed the same, you know. And anyway, he went to the doctor. His doctor, he said, I went to see Tom Jones. He said, I can't stop singing green grass of home. Oh, he said, doctor, that's Tom Jones syndrome, he said, they call that. Well, he said, it's very, very common. Well, he said, it's not unusual. This boy went down to college, and his mother, you know, they'll ring him up straight away to find out how he was going and all the rest. And he said, all right, Mum, he said, but I didn't get much sleep last night. He said, the bloke on the one side, he said, he he banged on the wall all night. He said, and the other bloke on the other side called out all night. Well, darling, he said, what did you do? He said, I just kept playing the bagpipes. This, when I was down in Melbourne, I met quite a few doctors down there and some nice blokes amongst them. And one chap was a gynaecologist, and he was working on an invention to transfer the pain of childbirth from the mother to the father. It's pretty good, isn't it, girls? Anyway, he reckoned he had it pretty right. So this couple went into going to have a baby, and he said, would you like to try this? And they said, oh yes, we'll try it. So he said to the husband, he said, I'll give you 20% for a start. He said, it's all you'll be able to stand. That's terrible to say that to a husband, isn't it? And anyway, he said, I can't feel that. He said, give me more. So he finished up, he gave him the whole lot, and the husband didn't feel anything. Anyway, and the wife didn't feel anything. It was marvellous. And they talked about it all the way home. But when they got home, they found the milkman dead on the veranda. This woman rang the newsagent. She said, what is going wrong with you people? She said, you know how I enjoy my Sunday paper, he said, and it's not here. He said, what do you mean? Why isn't it here? She said, I'm really waiting for it. And he said, madam, he said, today's only Saturday. There was silence on the line for a while, and she said, oh, that's probably why there was no one at church this morning.